Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. Today, a couple of teams getting set to square off in an ACC battle. As we'll see, the Virginia Tech Hokies taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Mustangs will kick it away first. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the offense on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Wow, what a nice run. He's showing you his athleticism there. You guys remember back in the day when we were calling a game here and the all-time great Virginia Tech running back Kevin Jones came up to the booth and he got into a vertical leap contest with Pollack. It was awesome. This guy on the field, man, he's got so much skill and ability. He's strong and he's fast, and I think he can also out-jump there.
He's looking to throw it. That's reeled in. It's Fitzgerald.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Toss to the outside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. The Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. With a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. Hard running there. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Well, I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
Makes the grab down the middle. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
After that last completion, it's second down. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Flips it out in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Quarterback just trying to spit it out to his running back in the flat there, but the defender all over him. As soon as he caught that football, he went down for a loss.
They'll have to get it to the 37 on third down. Fires to the middle. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. If the Hokies can keep this up in the passing game, that'll make them touch that Hokie stone with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, it'll get them jacked up. It'll get them excited. A lot of times with Virginia Tech, man, we've seen it. It's the defense. It's the special teams. But when they can get that QB throwing the ball down the field and create some balance, it's when they have their best teams.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. They'll try the right side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And the Hokies are on the move. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. DB's right up on the receivers. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
You know, as an offense, when you're trying to complete these tunnel screens, you're going to have to be able to negotiate some of these defenders near the line of scrimmage. They're all looking to swat it away. Good job by the defense there.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. On 3rd down, going up top. Throws to the wideout. And that one's going to be knocked down, incomplete, and we have knocked out the first quarter. The Hokies line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
To the air, it's Jennings. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
When they pick up the first against zone coverage, the biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. On second down, he'll let it fly. Finds the tight end. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
The Mustangs will line it up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him. But a really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And just an awesome job by that defender on that play. Great awareness, and he had his eyes on the quarterback, so he saw the ball thrown, and as such, he was able to go and swat it away.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds a man on the left. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the middle. Finds a man on the right. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Hokies send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. He's got great speed. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those
And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Touchdown, Mustangs! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Coastal Carolina was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Conway. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Fires deep on the run. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Oh, the ball squirts out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, that's a big mistake. And listen, I'm still going to force feed my playmakers. If I'm not quarterback, see, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Second down coming up. 3:25. He's looking to throw. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking down the middle. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Looking deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. And after the interception return, he gets it down to the 32-yard line.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his man. It's Green. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Trying to power it in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. They'll run play action. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And that is how you get it done. 3rd down, it's the money down, right? We got to be at our best. How about the monster sack on 3rd down?
This seems to be a chip shot field goal attempt and a routine 3 points, but they will go for it on 4th down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Into the end zone. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Just such a nice job by him understanding his responsibility in that cover 2 zone scheme. He's just floating over the middle of the field. He's just very aware of tight ends and running backs around him. And as soon as he sees color, as soon as he sees an intended target, he's already running that way. He's able to jump the throw and pick it up.
Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Running it back, it's Green. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Hokies will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Going for the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They have the lead to start the 3rd quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're trying to get to him. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
The defense continues to have a great game. Both defenses has played well. These offenses are going to have to change something up, protect their quarterbacks a little bit better.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. fires to the wideout. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. Brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
He caught it! Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
And the Hokies have it in scoring position on first and goal. Looking to the end zone. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Dude, 2 drives, 2 INTs. I don't know who the backup quarterback is, but I might start thinking about doing something now. Goodness gracious, keep turning the football over. Can't do it. Can't put your defense in a bad spot time after time.
Gets it out quickly. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends, because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did now.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Trying to find his man on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy, because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss. Well, after the quarterback put the ball on the deck, he went into damage control mode and was able to get back on top of it.
Yeah, he's really lucky. And you remember, quarterbacks, they're not practicing the same ball security as running backs are.
Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Takes it the other way. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific...
Over first and 10.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Touchdown, Hokies! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Texas State managed to eke out the victory in a tighter-than-expected one. Don't blame the weather there in San Marcos this week. These Bobcats are to blame for this one being so close. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. From the gun, give on the inside. Slam to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
They'll try the run. Shows him the stiff arm. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Runs through the tackle. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Here's the handoff. Smashes through. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Virginia Tech 12, SMU 7.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Firing to the right, complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Unloads to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
And that is a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play, but the defense came up big in a big moment.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Touchdown, SMU! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. He wants to throw it. Pass is incomplete. No good on the 2-point conversion. They had tried to stretch this lead out to a field goal, but they're still up by 1. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Now they'll run it to the right here. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Snags it over the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
The old toss, right? Toss it to him on the perimeter, get on the edge quickly. The receivers better block on the outside. Go get me some positive yards, get a fast guy in space. Nice play call.
They'll throw it on 1st down. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Mustangs! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Man, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
How about about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker. Oh, they blocked the kick. That's a live ball. Defense has it. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. After the score, they need this two-point conversion to tie. He'll set up to throw. He makes the grab for the 2, and he ties the game here in the fourth.
Lots of pressure. You have got to love the way your offense handles business. Down on the goal line, two-point situation. You tie the game if you get it. They do. And now we're going to the wire.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He wants to throw. Gonna take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on it, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he gets the foot down. It's a catch deep along the left sideline. Touchdown, SMU! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
What a great game, tied late in the ballgame. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead, nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight, the score's tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. He's into the end zone. Two-point conversion is good as they push the lead to 8 here in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Looking to go up top on first down. On target to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Out of bounds at the 28. And first down for the offense.
He's going to pass. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Zings it complete to the right. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
How about the aggressive play call? 3rd and 1, and you still throw the football, taking a shot, saying, I'm going to go make a big play. The defense was disciplined, get the quarterback on the ground. Nice job by the defense.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. 4th down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
The give as they work on that clock. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's right on target. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And the Mustangs enter the final minute with the lead. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the 4th quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They go to the ground. And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.